Swag on the beat.
Swag on the beat. Swag on the beat.
Hello and welcome. We are on episode 30 of the Swag on the Beat podcast. Bit of a fist bump to start there, guys. Welcome back. A massive week in Swag World.
Dirty 30.
Dirty 30.
30, flirty and thriving.
Where we are. 30. And are we
Suddenly 30.
Suddenly 30.
Episode.
Yeah. Single? Maybe looking for sponsors. Hey, what's going on? No, we're just cruising.
Good
what's
to be
up?
here. Very cruising.
Very good to be here. Lots of that has happened.
And as we started last week, we've
Yes.
got our one follower per week that we're doing.
It's
and
time for the weekly changeover.
the weekly follower, and his Instagram name, as you'll see soon on our page, is Casual Mike,
Yeah.
and he had this to say.
G'day lads and Mike. Board member 33 here, and I just wanted to put in my formal application for being followed by the Swag on the Beat podcast. And speaking of being followed, I was at an award show over in Europe many years ago, and we were going backstage to one of the bars, and I kind of hear this noise of this thing coming up behind me, and I turn around and lo and behold, it's this dude on a Segway. And I'm like, whoa, I get out of his way and he zips off to the bar and gets a drink. I'm like, who was that? And it turns out it was the head of Monster Headphones. Apparently he just gets around everywhere on a Segway. And I think I just made a Segway about a Segway.
Oh,
Wow.
Mike's mouth is agape right now.
That's
A
pretty
segue
good.
from board number 30,
Wow.
board member 33 as well.
So he's got the hat on as well in that
Yeah.
video, by the way, as well.
Yeah.
So I'm clicking follow right now.
Done.
He's the man. And Mel,
Casual Mike.
you're out.
Yeah, sorry, Mel. Looks like those hinges are getting ripped off the
Yeah,
door. Just gonna have
no,
to come
we-
up
we,
with a new ransom.
Absolutely. Okay, that's great. Ron.
Good on you, Mike. Well done.
Mike, welcome to the Casual Mike. Welcome to the into the fray. Now we had a really big week for us personally. Really,
Yeah.
is an honest thing I think we can say. We posted
We
a
don't like
video.
to lie.
We don't like to lie. We posted a video last Thursday with the cops, with the police. What you can say, cops?
With
No,
the
because we
cops.
yeah, but we filmed with the police,
With the cops, yeah.
and I said cops in front of him, and I went, oh, police, and he's like, no, you can say that it's corporal on patrol.
Yeah.
So you can actually say cops to them. You can say anyone can
Well,
say
the
it.
show is called that, so
Yeah, true.
you'd think they'd be okay with
anyway,
it.
they were. We asked them, hey, do you want to be a sketch? Yada yada, and we filmed with them, and it was about when you run into someone with the same T-shirt and you have an immediate affinity with them. And the song we chose was "For Whom the Bell Tolls" by Metallica, which is one of our all-time favorite bands, like all-time genuine favorite bands. We're two guitar nerds, and we grew up playing these riffs like crazy.
Us and many others.
Yeah, are there? There are other people,
I think
other
it's
fans of
just us,
Metallica.
actually.
Interesting. Okay, well, we're definitely the biggest,
biggest.
fans. Anyway, that video got posted, and lo and behold, who would comment? But 4 blokes
The
on
four
one
horsemen
phone:
themselves.
James, Lars, and the other 2 guys.
Kirk and
Oh,
Rob.
Kurt Hammond. Yeah. Okay.
Kirk
yeah,
and
Rob.
Rob, true duo,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, they commented on our video, which is absolutely insane. So
Unbelievable.
we had
Bit of a milestone.
and they absolutely. The reason it's relevant now is because they, by a country mile, won the most likes and are going to be inducted into the Comments Hall of Fame right behind me on the plaque right now as we speak.
Potentially the greatest inclusion to the Hall
So,
of
Mike,
Fame.
let's play the intro to Hall of Fame.
It's a Comments Hall of Fame. Yeah. Maybe.
Okay, now
Maybe we need to do a Metallica remix of
Oh
that
my
song.
God, it's funny you say that. I have done a special edition of the Comments Hall of Fame. Don't ruin my punchline. Anyway,
I mean-
that's why I sent you
Oh.
downstairs, because I was having to make a lot of
Okay.
noise.
Okay, let's do that again.
Oh,
Oh, that intro is
Good.
It is what it is.
Here's an original thought and an idea. Why don't we do one specific for Metallica, because they are so monster huge, and they've got some tunes I'm pretty sure it might hit it.
What?
Text written right, gather likes, see our name. We're in the Comments Hall of Fame. Yeah, come on. Doesn't that just pump you
Come
up?
on, it
Oh my
does.
God.
Oh,
the
I feel
golden
I could
pen.
run through that wall behind you. Next to the Hall of Fame, though. I don't want to mess that up.
Anyway, so we're absolutely on to Metallica. You are. I'll let you write. I wrote the last couple, so
Thank you.
you
Yeah.
do it. You can do it.
Gonna write it in metallic gold.
Yes, and what else can we say about it? We love Metallica, and if you want to join Metallica, if you want to be a peer of Metallica on the Comments Hall of Fame, next video, that's your next chance. Everyone has an equal footing to start with.
There
They
we go.
started with an equal
Metallica.
footing.
Beautiful.
That is wild.
Yes.
That looks crazy. If you've got visual capabilities on Spotify, turn it on now. You can see me turning behind myself and putting it on the plaque. And we're putting Metallica, the band, on our board, because they hit us up first. Let that record show that.
Hell
They hit
yeah.
us up.
I'm pretty sure as it happened, it was James and Lars and the Boo-Haas were just sitting. I think they were having a rehearsal with some new music, and apparently
Yeah.
they stopped halfway through one of their songs because
Oh.
James was, Rob was scrolling through
Yep.
Instagram while James was doing a solo, and he said, "Whoa, guys, stop! I know we're recording our next #1 hit right now, but
Yeah.
come gather around and check this out."
Yep.
Apparently that's how it went.
That's
down.
how we
Yeah.
hear it. Anyway, so yeah, huge show coming up for the boys, including us and Mike, who is here. Mike, how are you?
I'm awesome after that. Shredding guitar.
Yeah.
So good.
Awesome.
Let's play that outro music, and good luck for the show. Handshake. See you in there.
May both of us have a good podcast. Jack, over the last few weeks on this podcast, we've become sort of accidental lyrical vigilantes,
Yeah.
taking it upon ourselves to call out musicians for their wrong or misleading lyrics.
Bringing down one pop star at a time.
Exactly. And providing them with alternatives.
Constructive criticism.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
they're not contradicting themselves or misleading.
You did,
did
Lenny Kravitz,
Lenny
and
Kravitz,
James Blunt.
James Blunt,
Okay.
yeah. So, because people look up to these people, right? They look up to those singers.
Were you on the ChatGPT last night doing something like this? Because I saw, I saw James. I don't know. Anyway, it's some.
I don't think I was.
Because it's so linked. Obviously, with the same account.
Yeah,
and
we
you just see
only have one
like,
pro version.
And we're like, you're writing in questions, getting an answer. Then I'm writing a question in the same chat.
Yeah, I
getting a
know.
different answer.
I had
It's,
to.
like,
I opened
confusing
my
it.
Safari and did some ChatGPT in there, so you couldn't see for the sake
Oh,
of this pod. But I don't think it was
okay.
about this. But
Okay,
funnily
okay.
enough, James Blunt, that Your Beautiful song that you corrected,
Yes.
actually on Saturday was 20 years old.
Oh,
20
really?
20 years ago last Saturday.
Wow.
And James Blunt put up a photo on his Instagram and said, 20 years ago today, I released a song that bought me this house. Whoever thought a song about being high as a kite on drugs, stalking someone else's girlfriend would resonate quite so much?
Okay.
Did you know that's what that song was
What?
about?
And I saw your face in a crowded place in a camera. Just you. Yeah.
Stalking someone
get it
else's
now.
girlfriend. So it's
That's
not quite
crazy.
as nice of a You're Beautiful.
It's always the way with songs. Like they say, oh, that one's actually about insert really dark
Exactly.
theme here. you know.
Exactly. But yeah, so
Wow.
here, I've got another example of a musician needing correction because people look up to these people. They look up to
They're
musicians
role models.
because it sounds
Some of them are
nice.
mole models.
It sounds nice, so you think it would be true because that's a fair enough thought process. This sounds nice.
Yep.
Why would they lie?
Yeah,
It
why
must be
would they
true.
lie?
Why would they
Yeah,
lie?
yeah.
And so I've got another one today. And seeing as this has come back 3 times already, it's now a recurring segment and worthy of its own intro.
Oh,
Changes.
When the lyrics wrong, change them. Don't want to hear those lyrics, man. Songs may change me. Okay, so
okay.
the culprit with some lyrics in
so
the
David Bowie had some serious questions to be answered then.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how much he changed
and,
his, yeah.
And some David, speaking of David's,
Okay.
the lyrics today in need of some changes is David Guetta feat
Ooh.
Akon,
Oh.
a banger from 2009, which takes
Okay.
us back to the school discos and 13th birthdays.
Yeah.
A couple of fist pumps with the boys,
Yeah.
boys and girls on opposite
Some,
sides
like,
of the room.
fringes down like
yeah,
this.
yeah, covering half the eye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
straightened hair. You straightened your hair a bit?
I did whip out the hair straightener
Yeah.
in year 7 for a brief period until
Yeah.
I was 25. No,
That's okay.
It was just a brief period.
Quick 15-year
Yeah.
interval.
Okay, so here's the song in question.
Okay.
I'm trying to find the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful.
Wow.
Damn girl. Use a sexy feature. A sexy feature. Damn, use a sexy feature.
Oh, jeez. I haven't heard that in 2 hours. That's great.
I'm trying to find the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful. And you've landed on sexy bitch.
I thought
You clearly haven't tried very hard,
well,
Mr. Akon.
can I say, when I was 14, I didn't hear bitch. I heard sexy snitch. If you listen to it, it does sound like that.
Even that is less disrespectful
Yeah.
than the word that he went with.
Yeah.
I think he mustn't have tried that hard when
That's-
he was
yeah.
thinking of the lyrics for that song, despite the sentence that he just said.
Jeez.
So obviously these lyrics need to be changed to better reflect the immediately preceding thing he's
Not because we
says.
want to clean it up, because he promised something and
Well,
then didn't really
well, it's
deliver.
a double whammy.
Yeah.
Because it is a certified banger, right?
Okay,
and
it
I
is,
want to
yeah.
be able to enjoy it with a couple of fist pumps with the boys without
Some
worrying.
logical fist pumps.
Exactly, without worrying about the ironically disrespectful thing I'm
Yeah.
about to say. So
Okay.
here is the new updated version, which I think completely fixes the song.
Okay.
Trying to find the words to
Oh,
describe
your voice sounds good.
this girl without being disrespectful. Damn girl.
Damn, she's got a good personality. A good personality. Damn, she's got a good personality. All the best. Respectful.
That's respectful.
Accurate. Not misleading.
And well-wishing at the end as well, which is nice. Yeah, great.
He can't have been trying that long to find words that weren't disrespectful because there's so many more.
I'll call David Guetta, you call Usher and make it happen.
Akon, yeah. Jack, we're back again for a special edition of That Segue, I liked it, That Segue, I liked it,
Yeah, this is one of our favourites actually, and
I
a
know.
lot of people wanting to. We're just playing it between ourselves, and a lot of people sending in to try and join the crew.
Exactly,
actually.
and that's why it's a special edition today because we've got our first challenger up for the Segue game. His name is Josh, and he's on the line. Josh, how you going?
I'm feeling fired up more done to the Segue.
Hell yeah!
Wow,
Nice.
okay.
If there's a topic about dogs, we got the Segue instantly.
And a topic about being high with energy is
Yeah,
great as well.
nice. That's awesome, Josh. What made you want to be a part of the Segue game?
Yeah, fellas, I'm a chatting all the time, I'll be honest, and I'm changing subjects left, right, and centre because I got to be honest, a lot of the subjects I bring up don't stick around for very long anyway, so I feel pretty well practiced at changing the old topic or two, and I reckon I could give you guys a bit of a run for money. Not that it's a competition, but if it was, yeah, I'm feeling confident.
Wow.
Mate,
Okay.
well,
You've
it
got a
actually
great
is
tongue on you.
It actually is a competition, so I think your
Okay.
chances are pretty high.
Okay.
And I believe that you got what it takes just from that 5-second phone call we've had so
Oh
far.
my God. What's going to happen here is we're going to do each of us, Jack, Isaac, and Josh are going to have a go.
Mm-hmm.
Josh will you'll go third, and Mike will provide you with your topic and your thing.
Yeah.
But right now, we're going to start. Isaac's going to be the first cab off the rank.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to know. He's going to tell the listeners without us hearing Josh or Jack. We're not going to hear.
Yeah. So we've got the ChatGPT prompt, give me one random thing and one random topic.
Mm-hmm.
So the listeners will know, but
Yep.
the competitors across the table and the phone line
Yep.
will not know.
Yep. Okay.
Sound good, Josh?
Got it.
All right, sweet. So I'll go first.
Loading. ChatGPT loading.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. Here we go. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go, Josh.
Okay, listeners, Isaac's thing is a kazoo made of glass, and the topic is the secret social hierarchy of birds at public fountains.
I wonder if they can make kazoos out of glass.
I think
Oh.
they probably could, Josh, but I thought that there was more of a brassy instrument.
I thought so too, but I've just learnt here that actually they can make kazoos out of glass, which is quite interesting, wouldn't you say, Josh?
Well, no, fellas, I'd say mate, whether or not you can, would you even want to? I can't think of many worse sounding instruments than a kazoo, and
It's
I don't
true.
imagine it sounds any better glass.
You know what does sound good, Josh? Guitars plugged into electrical device, like an amp or something. That sounds like a great instrument.
That
to
does
me.
sound good. Yeah, I don't think the glass kazoo would sound that great. I think in terms of like the order of what would sound good,
Yeah.
it would be a regular kazoo, and then below that would be a glass kazoo.
Yeah.
And on top of both of those,
Yeah,
would
probably
be
the guitar.
all
The
other instruments, such as the guitar, like
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
saying, Jack.
Yeah,
Good point.
yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
like the social hierarchy of those
Yeah.
instruments
the
would
thing-
be
the
in
thing
that
about
order.
Music doesn't really have a hierarchy, does it? It's kind of an art form, when you say, Josh. Like, there's no real right or wrong with that kind of stuff.
No, well, I would say that the hierarchy depends on the people who play it, because if someone plays the kazoo, I'm far more impressed by that than I would be someone who plays guitar. That's pretty basic and simple, and I spit on people like that.
I agree with that, Josh. You spit on people like that. I agree too, and I think like you're saying, the social hierarchy of people playing those instruments. I think that that can be quite similar to the social hierarchy of other living things like birds, and specifically birds at public fountains.
What are you on about? That was from a guitarist.
I think if the response of the third party is, what are you on about? The grade of the segue.
That was
has to be-
the secret social hierarchy of birds at public fountains.
That
was
is
my
wild.
topic. So-
that is random.
that was a bit. I think I got stitched up by ChatGPT there, but
Okay.
I was actually enjoying that conversation.
Josh,
if
you
I'm
were
being
great.
honest.
Great ad as well.
Yeah.
Great ads.
We need
What?
to come up with a game that doesn't have a segue, just has a conversation that we can have with Josh. Because
I'm a high
points.
value.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
try
Okay.
to contribute value to the conversation at all times. You know.
that's great, and that was you were successful there. Okay, so that's mine. I think I'm leading so far.
You're definitely leading thus far.
Yeah. But Jack, are
Okay,
you
I'm
ready
gonna
to
put
hit
my-
enter
my
on that
prompt in.
ChatGPT? All right,
ChatGPT,
Josh,
here we go.
we're ready to roll again.
We're loading. Okay.
Okay, guys, Jack's thing is a melted crayon, and his topic is the ethics of time travel.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey, not much, man. Just got a bit of a sore ankle, but that doesn't really hurt me too much at the moment.
You know what hurt me?
Yeah.
Was when I was a
I'm
kid.
good too, by the way. I'm all good too, by the way.
okay. Thanks, guys. That's really in-depth way.
Is it good to see you, Jack?
Yeah,
I'll
great.
catch you later.
The thing that you were talking about your ankle before that hurt you. Something that really hurt me when I was a kid that I just thought of right before you said that, which is weird, is when I drew on the walls as a kid with crayons, and Mum would melt my crayons in the microwave. She would melt my crayons.
After you had drawn on the walls with them.
Yeah, to
As a
make sure I
punishment.
wouldn't do it again. Yeah.
Well, I guess she kind of turns them into paint in that way, and then you could just paint on the walls with the melted crayons.
No, but they would kind of harden again in room temperature, and they would just be useless. Which is kind
Yeah,
of
so
interesting.
what would you do with them? Would you do anything with them afterwards? Would you donate them to kids, or you just let them sit there? And,
That's what I want to know
Yeah,
as well.
she would throw them out. Which I
No,
think,
what would you do? I think is the question Josh is asking.
well,
if I'm not mistaken.
I would get told to throw them out, which I think is unethical of a thing to do, especially by your mother, who should support creativity. So it's really about...
It's not really creativity, is it? It's vandalism and destruction.
Yeah.
of private property.
Well, exactly. That's a whole part of the ethics conversation that we are starting to talk about. I would have to
Hang
think.
on, before you go on, I want to get Josh's opinion on the whole vandalism situation. Do you think it's do you think it's a vandalism
I mean,
situation?
the elephant that's sitting pretty, obviously in the corner of the room right here is the fact that you were vandalising the walls in the first place. So I sort of feel like your mum's just getting even. And the one thing I learned from my parents is that they always want to get even with you. I think that's rule number one. So
That's
your own
interesting.
worst thing.
Well, Josh, I will say to that, if I had the ability to, I would time travel back and fix that problem for you. But I don't know if time travel ethics are that profound enough to do that. So I think, guys, yeah,
You
look.
don't think the ethics are profound enough? I think that's a pretty profound thing. No, that's
So
good.
yeah. Anyway, what do you guys want to talk about? Done.
Is that
End scene.
the ethics of time
The
travel?
ethics of time travel.
Okay.
yeah.
Can I just say, did we not have the ethics of time travel last time we did this as well?
It does sound.
It was the
familiar.
ethics of time travel in documentary.
Yeah.
It's like,
so ChatGPT's just said the
Wow,
same
they've
thing.
run out of stuff.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
efficient.
yeah.
That's a real Friday job, yeah.
As the self-appointed judge of this round, I'm going to say it was actually quite good from Jack, but
I'm
Thank
gonna have
you.
to agree with that.
he did have an advantage doing something that's already been done.
Yeah, so
but
disqualified.
Kind of-
I'm going to agree
kind
with the
of done
judge with that
before. Yeah.
disqualification call of Jack. I agree.
we've got to go to Josh.
yeah, we've got to go to Josh. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you guys are going to block your ears while I tell him what his things are.
Yep.
So let's do
Let's
that.
go.
Now,
Okay.
turn on
Here
your
it
video if you want evidence. And okay, so your thing is toaster, and your topic is the evolution of music genres.
Okay, copy. Thanks, Mike.
We're back.
Beautiful.
All right.
Okay,
Josh, how you
let's
going,
start this
mate?
conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Fellas, I'm actually, feeling pretty hungry. I haven't had any brekkie this morning. Have you guys managed to scoff something down yet?
Yeah, I had a
Uh,
smoothie. I have a smoothie
yeah.
every morning. So yeah, so same as every day for
I
me.
had 2 eggs and 2 bits of toast.
Okay.
Dude, smoothie is something that I love it, but it's something, those foods that you can't have when you're hungover. Like, some foods are really good when you're
Oh,
hungover. Smoothie's not one of them.
Yeah, too milky.
Yeah, toast is something that always hits the spot. Just a little bit of butter on
Yeah,
top.
nice and
That's-
light.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A light dusting of Vegemite on top.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a heavy Vegemite man, Josh?
To be honest, I'm gluten free actually, so
Oh.
I can't eat Vegemite.
Oh,
But thanks for bringing that
condolences.
up.
Yep. That's
Okay.
okay. Sorry,
Yeah,
didn't mean to.
thanks. Bread isn't really getting there, but the other only bad thing is that it's tough to cook. It's sort of, I have to constantly use the reheat button just to touch it up because I never really get the timing right. Like, are you getting this timing right? Are you working on that properly, or?
I'm usually like I'll put it down on level 2, and then whatever comes out, I'll just roll with it, and I'll just have that.
Yeah, I'm much more particular. I'll wait. I'll go one whole round of toasting on full strength, and then I'll go another 0.5, and that's sort of the
Full bore toaster. That's
bore,
a weak
yeah.
toaster. Isn't
yeah.
it?
No, but it's a nuanced toaster. You have to. Yeah.
It's hard, and we're working with toasters that are from 2025. I can't imagine how different they would have been back in the 60s, for instance. It must have
Yeah.
been so hard
Well,
to think how much it's changed.
I was having that same thought, but about football. Think about how much football's changed in that amount of time.
I was having the same thought, except moon landing and the amounts of them in that decade.
Yeah.
And that's changed since the 60s as well.
That's crazy. I honestly haven't even thought of stuff like that. I was there's just so much that has changed since the 60s. Like you said, football's changed, moon landings. Even stuff like music has just
Yeah, I
changed so
suppose
much,
that's relevant.
and specifically like music genres, for instance, like how much they evolve over the years? Yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on that?
Is that your topic, Joe?
No, it wasn't. I'm still going. No, I'm kidding. It was. Yeah.
No, that was good. That was actually, I reckon that was a pretty
That was
solid.
pretty good. I just would
It was
love
a
to see
gradual
the amount of
segue.
commas in that sentence. Just the endless
Did I
sentence
not
that
walk
keeps
the
going. and
walk?
going.
I talked the talk. Did I not walk the walk?
I think he did. I think he walked the walk. I think he
you've
walked the walk.
talked the tank and walked the plank, which
Yeah,
is what
yeah.
the saying should be. But once again, I was
Pretty
into,
impressed.
I was into that conversation,
Yeah.
enjoying talking about things in the 60s.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure where, I thought we might have reached your destination with the toasters in the 60s.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's a good sign that you were just so fluid in conversation that I thought that could have been the end as well.
I think your positive demeanor really carries anything you say, which is great. Yeah.
I have been making up most of like 50% of what I've said. Actually, I'm not even gluten free, but
Oh, respect.
That's double points. Isaac, I wanted to bring up a story that I've told you a couple of times off air. Maybe a couple of months ago, I was driving here to come do the podcast. And I don't know how it happened, but I accidentally gave someone in traffic a little nudge. Just gave them a little nudge to say, hey, how you going? And then all of a sudden...
Oh, by the way, the light's green, friend.
And I was like, well, why don't we pull over and have a chat just because I gave you a little nudge. It's like a poke on Facebook. In the old days, give a little nudge up.
Your car
someone's
is
bumper
blue
bar.
as well, so that kind of works.
Yeah, that kind of does work. Anyway, I got the bull bar, so my position is quite overpowered compared to a regular car. And this was it was like an older Ford Falcon.
Okay,
Anyway, so
it didn't have that rear bull protective
no,
coat.
yeah, reverse Navara bull bar. So we get out, we have a chat, and there is some damage done to the back of this guy's car. And I've gone, because I was cutting it fine for time. I know I was going to be late. And
Was it a nudge? Was it like, oh, how you going? It was like, g'day, mate. What sort of nudge are we talking?
no, it was closer to the first
okay
thing. But
so
it was
visible damage, but
visible
not like,
damage.
oh my gosh, that
not
guy's
like,
car's
in no world would he be injured in any way. It's just like
Okay,
a little, like a real little.
If there was a grasshopper on the inner right hand side of the boot, it would have got bounced off the.
Yeah, it would have to have
Off the
really,
wall.
good suction pads
Okay.
on the legs. Anyway, so I get out of the car. I was whispering expletives to myself because it's just this. You can't believe you've done it. It's just so annoying and dumb. Anyway, he gets out and he's like, "Oh, it's you." And I was like, "Unfortunately, it is me today." And he goes, "Okay, let's have a look." We walk to the back of the car and there's damage done. Like there's the bumper's a bit crooked.
The grasshopper's off, yep.
Grasshopper's off, whatever. And he goes, "You know what, mate? Don't worry about it." And he gets in his car. And he drives off. And I've gone, when does that happen? Who is this guy?
That's level 10 good blokery.
And what I was saying before is I have thought about this a lot and I've wanted to reach out to him, but he gave me no
Didn't
information.
exchange details,
No
no.
exchange of details.
He just
no
looked-
exchange of name.
He looked at the visible damage to his car and just said, call it a day.
Yeah, he's like, that's all right.
Come out in the wash.
Yeah, it was like he's like, it's an old car anyway. Who cares? Gets in his car, drives off, and I think about it. But I have no idea what his name is, and I was starting to feel guilty. I was like, how do we reach out?
never
Do I
happens.
do a public like, hey guys, does anyone know this guy in a car that I can't really remember the color of?
It's got a scratch on the back right.
And anyway, so I'm sort of like, well, I guess I just have to let it go. Like, there's no point of connection that I have. But last week we got a DM from
No
him.
way.
We got a DM from him.
Okay.
And it's like, so he has reached out to us, right? Now, he gave me one of the biggest concessions ever. Like, that's like, as in
Yeah.
driving
Letting you
away.
drive away,
And
yeah.
like,
Unheard of.
Didn't feel heard of to me anyway. Well, I hadn't heard of it.
I hadn't heard of it.
I feel like now that he's reached out and just made himself known to me and the show, that maybe he is owed some sort of a favor. And I know we've started doing this thing at the start of the show where we follow one person for the week, and we've already done it this week, and it's already halfway through the show, and I'm talking about it now. But I want to reserve next week's spot for him.
Oh, okay.
Because I think he deserves this at the very least.
Okay.
And if you agree with that, if you think that's okay,
I think
that's great.
fair.
I want to go one step further.
Oh, okay.
We had as we spoke about last week, we had a surplus of hats ordered for the membership hats
Yes.
with the numbers on them.
Yep. We do
so
have
we
a
ordered
sack of hats.
1 to 50, but we got an extra 10.
Mhm.
I've got the sack of hats here. Jack and Isaac's sack of hats right here. And I thought I could lucky dip. This guy's name's Harley. So Harley, possibly the greatest man in Australia. Who I think so, personally.
so.
Yeah, good. Well, that's good. There's two of us.
Yeah.
I
I said
want-
level 10 good blokery.
I want to lucky dip my hand into this
Yeah,
sack of
I think
hats
that's
and give him whatever number
well and
comes
truly
out.
deserved. A follower
Now,
and a hat.
Tell the listeners what the stipulation is.
Well, we actually, in the first 11 to 50 run,
Yeah.
we reserved a very small amount of hats within that 11 to 50 range
Yeah.
for a potential future
Yeah.
whatever, this exact situation
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
So, Jack, you've got I reckon there's probably 16 hats in that
Yep.
sack or something thereabouts. So we've
Yep.
got a bit of surplus above 50 and a couple of extras between 11 and 50. So there
Okay.
are some lower numbers up for grabs.
Now, if you're hearing that
So
ruffling,
you're going to lucky dip now.
I'm lucky dipping now.
Oh, well, okay.
I've grabbed one
Okay.
from under the table.
Yep. Car
And
crash
let's have a look. Harley, thank you so much for your sympathy to me. This is what
So
you're going
what number
You'll
is
be
J-
followed next week, and your member number is
Yeah, what number is Jack going to see when his hat's flipped to the back and he's driving and Jack rams into the back of him?
56.
Wow.
Okay, number 56.
Okay, seven times eight.
A
That's a
great
good one.
number.
Yep.
7, 8 to 56. Yep.
I like it.
So Harley,
Consecutive numbers, a straight in poker version of this hats, if you will.
okay, that's
Good number.
Any number of things you could assign to that. So I think Harley will be followed next week at the top of next week's show for obvious reasons. Like that's a beautiful act by
Yep.
him. Well deserved.
Good man.
And he's now an official member on the board, number 56.
On 56,
and will
Mr.
forever
Harley.
be remembered as.
Good guy Harley, number 56.
I was going to say he's like the board's mechanic, but he's not really a mechanic, is he? He kind of. What is he?
He's just the
The
board's...
concessions man.
Yeah, he's just the board's good blokeometer.
If you feel like running into someone,
If
go see Harley.
if
You won't
we're
mind.
gonna put through some kind of new
Yep.
company rule
Yep.
through the board,
Yep.
he needs to be there to say, "Come on, guys."
Yeah, guys,
Like
let it happen. It's
That's
all
a
good.
bit unfair.
Yeah, it's
to-
all good.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
is the guy that you turn to for mate? Is this what I'm? Is that what morally? Is the moral compass?
He's the moral compass. Well, he's the man of sympathy and the moral compass.
Yeah.
So Harley, thank you so much.
long title.
Long title, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Anyway, so we'll send that out to we'll hit you back, and thank you so much. Peace and love.
Good on you, Harley.
See you out on the roads. Isaac, time for a first time, long time. No, multiple time, long time. Haven't done it in a while. It is. I'm getting text from dad. Yep. Nobody's really sure how to act. Yep. Because they are getting text from dad. Yep. SMS, Facebook, or even Slack. Yep. Take it to the bridge.
Heavy
JT.
intro episode today,
Yeah,
which I
a lot of
like. There's been a
intros.
lot of vibing.
I forget how long that one went for. We were jamming for a while.
Oh, no,
It was good.
it's kind of like we're taking it back to the radio days. You get a little bit of a song,
Yeah,
and then you go just
yeah.
with way less
Oh my
ads.
God, I just think we need a cam on Mike because he dances to all the intros, and Mike's standing up behind the desk.
He has
there,
a
so-
lot more movement than us, and it
he-
feels selfish that we're the only ones seeing
yeah,
Mike's dance.
yeah,
move.
it does. It does. Anyway, pending results on that. Anyway, so
Text from Dad.
Something happened. Something happened last night that I want to
Awesome.
bring up. That was about my dad.
Okay.
But there was a great entry that came in. So I've got two options here, two examples here.
Cool.
This is from Brett, and he sent in a screenshot. And he's in a family group chat, much like the example I'm about to give.
Okay.
It's
Does it have a
called
name?
It's called Mum and Dad, but it says there's 5 participants.
Okay.
So it's just It's
Nice.
I assume there's 3 siblings and blah blah blah. Dad sends a text, "Happy birthday, Brett," from Mum and Dad. Right. So there's 2 culprits here. And it's a picture of a kid who looks about 4 years old, really cute flannelette, like in a professional photo setting.
Nice.
And it's all exclamations. This guy goes, "That's Peter." And then Pete goes, "That's me."
Oh, no.
And Dad goes, "Haha, you're right, poor vision here." So he sent his wrong son. And I asked Brett.
4 years old. That is. Show me the child. He look. That must be old enough to tell the difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like a baby where you'd be fair
defined
enough mixing
features.
them up.
Well, I sent him a message this morning saying, "Hey, are you twins? I want to see how bad of a mistake this is." But he hasn't replied yet, or I haven't checked or something.
Okay.
But anyway, I thought that was good. But last night, my brother sent a picture of his girlfriend. She's on a billboard
Okay.
at the moment for a university.
Mhm.
Like she's the face of the university at the
Right.
moment. So it's a picture of the billboard, and she's standing underneath it with a smile and stuff. And it's a big billboard in a significant intersection, right? So it's big deal.
Can relate.
Can relate. Previously, anyway, Mike with the sniffs over there. Mike's brought this like little. What are they called?
like
a
a
nasal
bloody
like
aloe vera nasal-
It's like a nose mint. No, is it clear your nose?
Yeah. So I've got a bit of the
Didn't walking around going, "Yeah, you want to sniff?" Mate, I don't want to put your nose in my nose.
He's been going absolutely ham and cheese on it.
Because he just had like deer in headlights eyes, just going. Anyway, so it's like off-putting.
It's getting to his brain, it's depriving him of oxygen. I think you're only supposed to like, you're not supposed to just sit there breathing that thing in. I don't think. It's going to alter your.
Another great reason to put a cam on Mike. Just have Mike cam.
But then
we're halfway through a podcast. He's just staring at a wall, sniffing a nose mint. Anyway, play on.
If he has a cam though, he's probably not going to do it because
Yeah,
he's
true.
going to be
Camera
in the
camera shy.
limelight.
Yeah, in the mic light.
The mic.
Anyway, let's play on. That didn't even rhyme. Okay, play on. Okay, so the Billboard picture got sent into the family group chat. Well, our group chat's called Yeah, which I've stated before, irrelevant. This is my brother. He's sending his girlfriend a picture of the Billboard. Okay, I saw it immediately and I responded. I went, "Oh my god, that's so epic!" Exclamation mark.
Sounds
Dad-
all above board so far.
Dad, okay, this is the moment. This is the point of the segment. He, is his Facebook Messenger. He holds you can reply to a specific thing. So he was replying to this picture, and he goes, "The Subaru is here!" Exclamation mark, which is they picking up a car. Is anyone around tomorrow if Andy the plumber comes back? Question mark. And he replied to the photo, and that's all he said.
And he knows how to reply. He knows what he's doing. So
It's just like, what do you? I spoke to my brother about it. And he's like, "Yeah, well, we're going to keep trying."
Dad.
Yeah. And he's like, "That could be good for the podcast." I'm like, "You know what? I'll click my fingers and point back at you."
That's funny, actually. I
So,
don't mind replying to a message
yeah.
and then not acknowledging it. All that's like a bit of
Here's
an
what
alpha
I
move.
wanted to say.
Yeah, exactly.
But maybe he's like, maybe the reply. I'll have to talk to him about it, see what his brain thoughts were. But maybe he was just saying, "I'm acknowledging the photo by replying to it," but. Let's get on with business because this is a serious business chat. He's running the family group chat like a business, I guess.
Consider this reply my acknowledgement.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, peace. Got a Jubweg here before we go, Isaac. Now, Mike invited us around to his place. It was going to be yesterday. We're going around and play the new Nintendo.
Would have had so much fun.
We've had so much fun. We were ready to play Mario Kart, except he changed the date on us. He said something happened. I don't know what it was, but I guess I just wanted to wait until we were on the podcast so that everyone could hear why he postponed the fun, because we were ready to have fun.
Yep.
We're going to get a
we
group
got the
of guys
message.
together.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Postponing it.
Postponing it. Yeah, but I know. Anyway, just giving Mike fair game on the airways to justify himself. Okay. So, Mike, what was the reason?
Guys, so sorry about pushing back our Nintendo session to this Friday. And I know what you're thinking. I just got the release date wrong, but I can't lie to you any longer. I actually picked up the console 2 days ago and have been practicing to make sure I don't lose when we play. I'm completely pathetic. Please just wrap up the show and don't let me speak again, no matter what.
Oh,
Okay, interesting.
no, I just misrepresented. I thought it was the 2nd of June. It's actually the 5th of June.
Oh,
So
no.
but what do you?
hang on.
which
What are you
said-
referring
you've
to?
just
You've
said one
two
thing
conflicting
with
things
your
there.
mouth. You've just said one thing over there to us, and then you've just said another thing.
And you sort of
immediately
started
after.
to go into an American accent right at the end there. And now you've sort of... Anyway, so it's very confusing.
Yeah.
But anyway, looking forward to it.
I'm going to believe the first thing. First in, best
Yeah.
dressed. I'm going to believe that one.
Yeah, first and best bet. So Friday, tomorrow.
see you there.
See you there. Have a good week, everyone.
All the best.
I'm not even gluten free.
All the best.
I'm not even gluten free. I'm not even gluten free.